whatever you're going through, whatever your challenge is right now, whatever the bridge is that you need to get from where you are to where you're going next, I've already helped a client do that. So we're going to really dive in now to where are you in your revenue, whether you're just hitting six figures, whether you're at seven figures. I've had a client at eight figures. Here's the reality about growing. There's still more to do. There's still more to your purpose. That's why you're still here. That's why you're still breathing. And when you think about growth, and you combine that with your idea of success, where are you going? Where are you now? And where are you going next? When I talk about 100K, it doesn't mean that it's your first 100K. It means your next 100K. And I am really attached to $100,000 because that is the signal, that is the proof that you have a viable product, that you have a viable offer. And so if you've already made 100K, or when you make that 100K, then all you need to focus on next is how are you going to do it faster and faster, but without burning yourself out and without compromising who you are, your values, and your value. And 100K is the benchmark, right? And there's a lot of ways to get to 100K. And so when we talk about profit, we're going to start going in the direction of the many ways. But today we're going to focus on the foundation. And so first, let's talk about what that foundation looks like. For me, it's called the Profitable Empires Framework. It's what I use and what I have been using for the past 20 years or so. I've been using the same exact framework with every single client, no matter their revenue, no matter their industry. And so we're going to talk about this framework. We're actually going to build your Profitable Empires framework over the next 3 days. And today, we're going to focus on the first two layers of the framework. Excuse me. By the way, I usually always ask, what are you drinking? It's my favorite question. And so when you come to calls, you're usually all set with a beverage and a snack. Mine has already separated. I have my beverage and my snack over here. Today, I am drinking green juice, which I'm going to have to stir before I can drink that because it's separating in two. What are you drinking? Usually I have tea, but today is green juice, which is very healthy, and I hope you have something healthy too. So drop in the comment what you are drinking or snacking on. I see that someone said that their definition of success is freedom. I love that because freedom is the whole reason that most of us started a business. We wanted the freedom lifestyle, and freedom means something different to everyone as well. And so going back to the framework has 7 layers, and the 7 layers will coincide with grow, profit, and scale. And so we will be building that over the next 3 days. And in the co-working session is when we're going to actually do the implementing part of these layers. So let's talk about grow. Let's talk about the first 2 layers. Layer number 1 in the framework is called power. We have to talk about power first because power is all about you. It's all about who you be. Until you are really strong in your mindset, in your health, your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, your emotional health, all of those things that make up who you be, then the next layer, which is what we're really going to spend this time talking about, is not going to be sustainable. In fact, none of the layers will be sustainable if you do not have a strong layer number one. Now, this evening in co-working, you're going to have a handout that looks like a house, because I like to equate building an empire or generating your next 100K to building a house. The very first layer is your soil. And that soil needs room to grow. It cannot be a hard space, right? You need it to be fluffy. It needs room for the roots to spread. And that's where your power is. That's the first layer of building an empire. It's the soil. So you have to take care of you. You have to fertilize you. You have to do what is going to allow you to sustain business growth, because everything that I teach for the rest of this masterclass series, it's going to be piling on. And if you're not ready, then at a certain point, you are going to collapse under the weight of growth, and your business will do the same. So when we talk about yourself, we're talking about self-care. We're talking about finding time to just be, to go and have fun, to meditate, to pray, to work out, whatever you need to sustain you has to be first. So let's go to layer number two, because that's what you're here for today. And that is called positioning. Positioning is layer number two. And when you see this house, you will see that layer number two is the foundation. So think about a real house. When you're building a real house, you have the soil, and they will come and survey the soil to make sure that your soil can withstand the weight of this house. And then the next thing that they pour is the foundation. Your foundation is your positioning. It's how are you showing up in the world? Your power is how are you showing up for you? Your positioning is how are you showing up in the marketplace? How do people see you? How do people hear you? How do people perceive you? All of that is about positioning. And if you don't know the answer, it's time to ask someone. Ask someone that you know, ask someone that you don't know, and then ask a stranger. Strangers will tell you some interesting things about your brand when they don't know you at all. Because if they know you a little bit, then they already have an idea of who you are, what you're about, and what you do. So ask a stranger. And let me caution you, when you start asking questions about your brand and your messaging and your positioning, don't ask people who are not your target market, unless they happen to be someone who's done what you want to do and has been where you're trying to go. Asking your mom, asking your bestie who's not an entrepreneur, asking cousin Lulu, they are going to give you answers that are tainted and they will not be helpful. So consider asking if you are not sure what your brand looks like to other people. What does it sound like to other people? So here's a tip for you. And if you're able, if you're willing, put it in the chat. What do you do? What do you do, right? We're talking positioning. This is a great opportunity for you to position yourself to whoever is listening or watching now and whoever will catch the replay later.